What's up, Aquarius? It's your girl Ivy Ladone, your fitness mystic, and today we're gonna find out what it is that you are transforming in the month of April 2024. My friends, if you're into these kinds of videos, I ask that you please give this a like because it tells me that you do, and I will make more. Also, one of you is receiving a free reading at the end of this one, but you're gonna have to stay tuned to figure out who it is. Also, if you want to be eligible for a free reading, you got to do three things. One, follow or subscribe this channel. Two, make sure that you like this video. And three, make sure that you leave your full name below so that way I can shout you out. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and see what it is that you are transforming in the month of April 2024. Which chakras or which chakra center points, energetic center points, is Aquarius transforming in the month of April 2024. Okay. Okay. Wow. Interesting cards. Interesting cards. Okay. If you have Capricorn in your chart, Aquarius, I just want to say this. If you know your chart, if you know it, and you know that you have some prominent placements with Capricorn, then I would encourage you to check out the Capricorn reading as well to see if some of those messages resonate. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Just let's stay here. Okay, so hi Aquarius. Let's go ahead and see what it is that you're transforming. Very interesting cards. It's almost like we have night and day here. Honestly, it's giving like night and day, black and white, good and bad. It's giving like that kind of energy. I don't know if that resonates, but just want to share that. Now, the first card that comes through, or the only card really that came through, because we are going to read the bottom of the deck, but this is really the main card that came through, which is telling me that you are really activating this or you're transforming this specific thing. But the first card, or the card that we're going to talk about, is number 27, and this is a heart chakra card. This is a grand symphony. Now, this is actually a very nice card because the Grand Symphony is basically saying that things are finally falling into place. They're marinating. Things are harmonizing within the things that you love. Your heart, joy, your theme of life that fills your cup. You know, the things that fill your cup, the things that make you happy, those things are starting to line up little by little. You know, like before, you know, things were not tuned up well. The violin didn't sound too good. The piano had some off keys. You know, the guitar strings were just broken. But now things are actually starting to find their note and their key, right? So like the guitar strings on point, the keys of the piano exquisite, the violin and the trumpet, wow, like brand new. And it's the idea that things are harmonizing. So in your and so your life theme of joy, things that make you happy, whatever that is for you, things are finally starting to align in that regard. Now, 2 and 7 is a 9. A 9 is kind of like, I want to say, a completion number. It's like a graduation number. It's like, I think, you know, sorry, I blank because I'm thinking of the actual term, but basically think numbers in the form of 0 or 1s, right? The only thing that really we have in numerology is 0 all the way through 9. So 9 is the number of like completion, the end of a chapter, the graduation of something. It's that idea. So there's something about this in April of you kind of arriving to finally this place where you feel content in something. We're going to dive in to see what exactly that is because the bottom of your deck is pretty interesting and it also just provides further clarity. So, which is ironic that I said that because actually the card that is going to provide us more clarity is Smoke and Mirrors. Take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, so this is why I said if you have Capricorn in your chart, take a look because Capricorn did have this card. But this is essentially number 42, and this is the third eye card. So we're moving from the heart all the way up to the pineal gland or between the brows or between the forehead, which is the third eye. The third eye is about your inner guidance, your inner compass system, your ability to connect to that vision, that big vision of yourself, the ultimate vision, right? The goal at hand, you know, that full picture of yourself with the house, that full picture of yourself as that business owner, that full picture of yourself as, you know, married, that full picture of yourself in that beautiful, like, you know, place around the world. It's like you self-actualizing, you able to see that full potential of yourself, right? The future self. So it's that play on your inner guidance, being able to connect with that future aspect and being able to pull that in with time. However, this is an interesting card because Aquarius, this is smoke and mirrors. Now, take what resonates, leave the rest. But this card typically is about things not truly being exactly what they are. Smoke and mirrors is about like you not actually seeing things for what they are. Things are elusive. Things are a little bit murky. The water is really unclear. You can't really see through. There's not a lot of transparency. There is not a lot of clarity. This is interesting to me now that I'm really diving into this section of astrology on this side of the signs. And I haven't said this before in other readings, but I will share it with you. But essentially, I had to have like a pause of these readings basically halfway through the zodiac because I was like overwhelmed with the amount of busyness and bookings that I had, and also, which is a blessing, but just to share that with you, I had to definitely pause. And now we're back in it, and the fact that not just you received this card, but also another sign received this card, and other signs are receiving similar vibes. It's kind of giving me like we, right? Like those of us who identify with this end of the zodiac, so Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, maybe even a little Scorpio and Pisces. There's something about this that Aquarius, you've had to like take a little breather or take some time or reanalyze some things or take 5 or kind of just slow down your pace or be able to clear out the smoke. Literally, if you're a smoker, but literally clean up, spring clean maybe your room. There's something about this idea that you're kind of coming to terms with in April. So you're finally seeing beyond the veil. You're finally seeing in April, you know, something for what it really is. Someone for what they really are. A dynamic for what it really is. Maybe yourself. You're finally seeing your goals, your vision. Maybe it's also having to do something with your heart, because this is a heart chakra card. And the fact that the smoke and mirrors is here is kind of saying like you opening up to your truest joy and what actually lights you up and what makes you feel really happy. You doing that for yourself is actually clearing out all of the density and all of the uncertainties and all of the, you know, the, I guess, the obstruction that's in the way, whatever's holding you back, whatever is kind of like keeping you stagnant or whatever is kind of just like you're not sure of and you can't move forward with. All of that is being like lifted because of your act for leaning more into what brings you happiness, the things that light you up. So this is great. Actually, this is great news. What would I recommend for you, Aquarius, as your fitness mystic? Okay. Well, I would recommend a couple things, honestly. Like, number one, continue to lean into the things that like are bringing you joy. And it could be something as simple as you taking like a day off from work once a week because you have the time available for it and you're like, I've never taken time off and like I want my Fridays off. I want to be able to have a 3-day weekend. Or you saying like, I am gonna wake up early and watch the sunrise every day. Or I'm gonna, you know, kind of go start walking now more often because that just alleviates things for me and that makes me kind of happy. Or, you know, like doing things that are gonna actually serve you and make you happy. Continue to do that, lean into that. The walking thing is not a bad idea, especially for you Aquarians. Especially with Taurus, Uranus being in the constellation of Taurus. It's like it's giving like nature vibes, like enjoy the outdoors. Just saying. Okay, now I also would recommend, of course, intuitive stretch. Like take a look at the channel here, check out, see what you're being called to, right? What classes you're being called to on this channel. There's a diversity amount, right? There's a big amount. Diversity amount is not a way to say it, but there is a diverse amount of classes where you can find fitness related ones like strength training and dance and cardio and follow along. And then there's also more yin kind of classes where they're more like stretching and meditation and motion. So find which one calls you. I do recommend for you looking into the intuitive stretch one because that will allow you to kind of like really even more so understand what's happening in that moment, in this moment, and clear out the density or the fog. Okay. So if you've stayed all the way up until this point, Aquarius, thank you so much. Please give this a like because it tells me that you do, and I will make more. Maybe share it with someone that you think may resonate with this. And the lucky winner for the reading today is, drumroll please, BB Webster, aka Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. Bam, 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 bam. Oh my god, I love this so much. Yay, BB Webster. Woo woo, Brittany. All right, Brittany, let's go ahead and see what it is that you are transforming in the month of April 2024, my friend. OMG, how are you? How have you been? Miss you always. Girl, you know I had to like, I saw you drop your name below and I was like, got you. Thank you so much for always supporting, always being so supportive of all that I do, really. But I know that you're really an advocate for the Intuitive Stretch program and all of the mystical things, including Fitness Mystic. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. We are still going strong on Patreon, just in case you ever want to jump by or stop by. We are also offering readings there as well, full readings, simply by being a patron, and those are monthly, just so you know. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in. Highest vibrational messages for Brittany, BB Webster. What is Brittany transforming in the month of April 2024? Thank you for these messages. Which chakras or which energetic center points is BB, Brittany, transforming in April 2024? Okay. Some cards definitely adjusted themselves. I don't know if you saw that. I kind of saw that, but I mostly felt it. It was funny. Like they adjusted themselves, meaning like they didn't fall into the front. They fell into like one of these pockets. Let's see what messages. Yay! Also, you're a Capricorn. Okay, so Saturn is in Pisces right now. Woo! Turn on the lights. I'm looking for her. That's the song for Saturn and Pisces. When the lights at the club go on and everyone's like, "Oh my god. Oh, that's what you look like?" Damn. Or it's like, oh my god, I'm a hot mess. Or, oh, not saying you're a hot mess. I'm just saying that's kind of the theme for Saturn and Pisces. And Saturn is your ruling planet. Of course, that's just I'm assuming your sun sign or maybe your rising. But either way, it's a strong planet for you to have. Saturn is governed by boundaries. You know, it's like the planet of receipts, of hard work. Okay, I love this for you. Look at how much shuffling is happening here. Okay. Any other messages for Brittany? Oh, wow. What other messages for Brittany? Okay. Yeah, this is cool. I love working with Oracle. I'm so grateful. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love this. Thank you. I'm so grateful. This is such a reminder when things like this happen. I love how the energy just changed in the room. My door was about to open because like some pressure came through. This is always so humbling or grounding because, yeah, it's like, I love what I do. It's so magical. And sometimes I do stop by and say hi to my ancestors and, you know, do this. And it's kind of like clockwork, you know, and respectful too still, but sometimes still like clockwork. But it's moments like this where I get to meet someone, right, or do this for someone that I have known and I have worked with, and also see it for myself how long divinity, right, like Oracle, functions and moves in the quantum to be able to actually produce in the database this message for you. So it's just really cool. Thank you for the opportunity. So you have two cards that directly came out, which is we're going to look at as this is like your activation for this month and how it's contributing to your overall transformation. Overall transformation is happening in your throat, your form of expression, the way that you're coming forward and expressing yourself, and the way that others see you, the way that you communicate, the way that you listen to others, also the way that you listen to yourself. Big time specifically on that one, the way that you listen to yourself and actually align with what you're listening to with yourself, acting out and expressing yourself on what you're aligned with. Sorry, walking the walk, talking the talk. That's what it is. I was trying to say it and I couldn't, and then quickly it came through like a slap, like, Ivy, shh. Walk the walk, talk the talk. That's the thing for April for you. Not because it's being harsh on you because you're Capricorn and Saturn, but that's Saturn's way of telling you like, hey, you're so freaking cool. Like, start walking like that then. You're so freaking cool. Start talking like that then. Come on. Yes, you are fierce. Start being fierce. Start continuing. Start showing up like that. Like Saturn is like that for you, you know? Especially in Pisces, it's giving like creativity. So it's kind of like nudging on your creative juices, like how you're expressing yourself. Expressing yourself. I just said that. Okay. Shall we start? In no particular order, but I guess we'll do it from left to right, or you can say it as chronological because the numbers are in that way. But the first card I'm presenting to you is number 4, and this is Great and Fool. So Britt, this is a root chakra card, and the root deals with your basic needs, your primal instincts, your sense of security, your career, your finances, your health, right? Shelter and protection, things like that. And Great and Fool is kind of saying like, you're feeling pretty good about that. You're feeling a sense of security in life with yourself. You feel like you have secured the bag with yourself. You feel like you're taking care of yourself in all kinds of senses, right? Financially, health-wise, even social circle, even dating, even in all kinds of themes of life, you feel pretty good. You're at a pretty good place right now is what this is saying. Now, number 12, and also 4, by the way, 4, is a number about foundation, like creating foundation. So this can be like you are probably Great and Full in a foundation way is kind of saying like you are arriving, you have arrived at this new level, you place the foundation and you're feeling good. So this is a very good foundation. Instead of creating a house on, let's say, hay, or, you know, what's another one? I guess, yeah, like hay. What's the other one with the 3 little pigs? I can't remember. You know, blow your house down, whatever. Instead of making a house out of hay, you're making a house out of bricks. And that's what this is about. Like the Great and Fool is like you are feeling good about what you've layered on, what you've set the stage with. You're like, I'm good. I like this job. I like this position. I like where I'm living. I like what I'm doing. I like my routine. Something about that. Number 12, and of course take what resonates, leave the rest. But number 12 is what comes afterwards, and this is bearing fruit. I always look at this area because I'm like so trippy. It's so trippy. I want to know what this is, and I'm always gravitating towards that. And this is why I love Oracle, because I'm an illustrative, third eye, intuitive person. But this is always giving me like, we'll talk about this, but take a look. This is bearing fruit, number 12. Now, we talked about the root chakra. This is about the sacral. Very close together. They're actually next door neighbors. The root is down at the belly, or sorry, down at the very base of your spine. And then this is right below your belly button. So they're right there. They meet right there. They work differently though, or their themes are different, where one is about security and basic needs and primal instincts. The other one is more like, okay, you know yourself, you have your basic needs, but now like, are you being creative with how you're developing the rest of your life? Are you creating things? Are you making things happen? Do you know why you're doing things and why you're, creating things? Or are you unconscious of it? The things you say, the things that you do, right? All of the things. Bearing fruit though, and especially in the number 12 card, because this reduces to a 3. That's interesting. 3 and 4, progressive. But 3 and 4, and 3 is the number of creativity or creation, and bearing fruit is exactly that. Like there is Great and Full, you have established your needs, and now you're starting to reap what you sow, so to speak. And that's what this is saying. You're bearing fruit now. Things are starting to flow. Things are coming in April for you. What this all is happening, all of this happening in April, is giving back to your form of expression. So you having your basic needs met, your primal instincts of you not having to go into that mode of like, I gotta protect myself mode. I have to like, I can't go out with friends. I don't have time to fucking take that class. I don't have time for this. I have to focus on that. I don't have time for fluff. That time frame is actually kind of over. And what this is saying now in April is like, okay, good. So we've got that in the bag. And now, Brittany, it's time for you to get a little creative and have a little fun. Because creativity always requires some fun. And bearing fruit is saying like you've met... Okay, test. Hi, Brittany. Oh my goodness. I know you're like, what happened? Well, I'm back. I know that I never left for you, but I had to. I just want to say that if Mercury has been retrograding for you, it also has been for me. I take everything, literal when we do these readings, but also just take what resonates. Has Mercury been retrograding hard for you? That could be in the form of communication, like you speaking, which honestly is what we're going to talk about. This is what's being activated for you, your communication sector, your form of expression. but Mercury can, you know, really retrograde in the field of technology, in the field of time, in the field of transportation and commute, you know, in the field of definitely communication and deadlines and contracts and all of those things. Revising, reviewing, redoing, re-editing, rethinking, reevaluating, and resting also. Anything with re. So, okay. Now, my friend, we were talking about you being content and, you know, really satisfied with like the work that you've been putting in or the layers and pillars of your life that you've been working on. And in April, there's this sense of you acknowledging it, seeing it, and saying like, oh, finally, this is good. I feel good. And starting to see the, you know, you're reaping what you sowed, essentially. You're receiving the benefits of all of the hard work and all of the smart, intelligent moves that you've made in the last, I don't know how many weeks, months, even maybe even a year. It could be more than that too. But all of the work that you've been putting in, intentional focus into something, it's starting to finally like click, align, come through. And that is essentially going to be activating and giving back to you in the way that you awaken to your potential, awaken to like your genius, your ideas, your opinions. You're going to be enlightened to how powerful you can be and how either creative you are or how genius you are or how cool you are or how the word is unapologetic you can be. But it's not so much that, it's like just be, period. And that's your name, be Brittany. Just be BB. Seriously. And you awakening to that reality of like, wow. And also because this is a throat chakra card. So it's like, are you listening to yourself? Because this is throat chakra is communication, but this card specifically is about you communicating to self and like you having these very, very important downloads and realizations and nirvana moments and aha moments and all of these things. So it's like, listen to yourself throughout April for sure and open up, because there's definitely a gift awaiting, you know, for you within you. And again, it comes into the form of like expressing yourself, however that resonates with you. But this is awesome news, my friend. Thank you so much for, you know, participating. It's always so nice to run into you, even if it's in this way. Always love to you. And if you enjoyed this, give this a like. And also, you know, if you want to maybe dive in deeper, more astrologically speaking with your natal chart, if you want to go into just something more personal, we can do that as well. Just send me a comment or a DM and I'll reach out. And then of course, Patreon, every Patreon is eligible for a free reading every month just simply by being a Patreon. So if that's something that you're into, you can also check me out on Patreon again. Okay. Wish you the best, my friend. Good seeing you. And until the next time, I'll see you then. Bye, Brittany.